What is up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny. In today's video we have a full breakdown for the up and coming week. This week sees the continuation of the Wishing All the Best quest. We have the return of Iron Banner with a brand new mode. That's alongside a brand new weapon and some absolutely epic returning ornaments. As well as that, we take a look at the Nightfall exclusive loot, seasonal challenges and so much more. So be sure to stick around and enjoy the video. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a comment and rating down below, and remember to subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. We are well on our way to 200k, so make sure to hit that red button and ring that bell to ensure you don't miss an update. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Now another week and another this week in Destiny. This week sees the continuation of the Wishing All the Best quest, which is the main quest for Season 23. This week we'll see us complete a brand new mission called Tautology over in Riven's Lair, as well as completing the Chamber of Starlight Lost sector over in the Dreaming City. Once again, Marasar will call upon her Techians to locate another Amankara egg, so upon completing those steps the quest will go on hiatus for one more week. Now, alongside the continuation of that quest, we do see Iron Banner return for the first time in Season 23, and with that we get a brand new mode called Tribute. Now, Tribute is where players are able to deposit crests at Tribute stations to earn points for their team, and banking many crests at once will trigger a hunt phase, which activates a special Tribute station and increases the value of all crests deposited for 1 minute of glorious chaotic gameplay. The thing to remember though is Kaitor will be watching, so fully expect some Cabal influence, much like Fortress in this brand new mode. Alongside the introduction of Tribute, we see the introduction of a brand new weapon for Iron Banner called Lethal Abundance. This is a kinetic strand auto rifle, and that will be available alongside the returning Reese Walker shotgun. Those two weapons will be available as rank rewards alongside the Point of the Stag bow from last season and the Guided Sight scout rifle. Now alongside those we see the returning legacy ornaments from Season 3 for Iron Banner. These are some of the most sought after ornaments and will be available from this season's event. So if you missed out on these or are new to Destiny, then I highly recommend jumping to Iron Banner upon this week's weekly reset to get your hands on them. But alongside those, we also have a brand new Iron Banner emblem, as well as a Season 23 Iron Banner shader. Lord Saladin has certainly had a nice little refresh for Season 23. Will you be jumping into Iron Banner this week though? Be sure to let me know down in the comments below. Now next up we're going to move on to the featured raid challenge for the Crota's End raid. This can in fact be found over in the final boss encounter and is called All for One. Now to complete this challenge, this requires your fire team to destroy Crota's overshield all in one go. Now fortunately a fair amount of teams already do this by spawning multiple swords prior to triggering damage, so for most fire teams this isn't even really a challenge. Typically though, you do need 2 or 3 swords to take down a shield to begin DPS. So when it comes to enlightening players, you'll need to make sure you have at least 2 or 3 for swords and 1 extra person to destroy the oversoul. As long as you set those up correctly, this will be a very easy challenge and an easy way to get your hands on some sweet adept raid loot. Now next up we're going to move on to the featured raid and dungeon content for the week. Now for week 2, the Garden of Salvation is the main featured raid. Now as the featured raid, all the challenges are available, which is great if you want to finish the Enlightened Seal. But as things currently stand, we are still waiting for the Garden of Salvation weapons to have a refresh. These don't seem to have been updated and therefore are still not craftable. But if you're still chasing god rolls on them, you can at least farm the encounters this week if you wish to go pick them up. Now as for the featured dungeon, the Spire of the Watcher returns. This was in fact the featured dungeon for the final week of Season of the Witch and returns already for Season of the Wish. That being said though, it's a great place to farm Artifice armor and also the Hierarchy of Needs, this incredible stasis themed bow. So once again, if you're missing out on these or you're still looking to pick up some awesome armor, then make sure to jump into Spire upon this week's weekly reset. Now from here we're going to move on to the exotic mission Rotator, and this week sees the return of Presage. Now to access this you'll need to either own Beyond Light or Season of the Chosen, but as long as you have those you'll be able to gain access to the Dead Man's Tale, the exotic scout rifle. This is exclusive to this mission, is now craftable and even has a new trait pool. Alongside that we have weapons and armor from Season of the Haunted, including Nazarek's Whisper, Bump in the Night, Tears of Contrition, Hollow Denial, Fire Fright and Without Remorse, and that's alongside the opulent weapons such as Ostringer, Drang, Beloved, Callous Mini Tool on top of the Eidolon Pursuant armor set. So if you find yourself missing weapon patterns for some of these incredible weapons, make sure to add Presage to your list of things to do upon this week's weekly reset. Now next up, we're going to move on to Dares of Eternity and the 30th Anniversary Pack activity. Alongside Scatterhorn armor set, which you'll find from Forsaken, we see the return of the Wild Hunt armor set from Season of the Hunt. As always, alongside Season of the Hunt armor, we have Season of the Hunt weapons too. This includes the Arsenic Bite Bow, the Blast Batu, Corsair's Wrath, Deafening Whisper, Dire Promise, Enigma's Draw, Escape Velocity, the Gian 7 Rifle, Royal Chase, True Prophecy, Friction Fire, and the Timeline's Vertex. Now all the weapons and armor can drop during the course of the activity when you complete it, or by handing in strange coins over at the Star Horse over in the Treasure Hoard. And upon the launch of the final shape, we'll see an update to Dares and also the use behind strange coins. All in all, what kind of changes would you like to see? Be sure to sound off down in the comments below. Now next up, we're going to move on to the weekly rituals, and this week we have a returning Nightfall for Season 23. This week sees the return of Birthplace of the Vial, one of 2 strikes that launched back in the Witch Queen. Now the Birthplace of the Vial has always been a fairly straightforward Nightfall, but has a tricky boss encounter, especially on the Grandmaster difficulty. But when it comes to Nightfall exclusive rewards, this week we'll see the return of the Pre-Astrian Axe 4. This was a brand new Nightfall weapon that was added last season and is available once again for Season 23. Now when it comes to the Crucible as well as Iron Banner, we see the return of Clash and Showdown as featured Crucible Rotators. And to go alongside Iron Banner, when it comes to bonus rank rewards, we see bonus Crucible ranks all week long. Absolutely ideal if you want to earn some quick rank up packages for Lord Shaxx over in the tower and work yourself towards the new ritual weapon for the season. Now next up, we're going to move on to seasonal challenges, and for week 2 there are 7 new challenges for the week. The first is called Wish Seeker 2, and for this you need to complete week 2 of the Wishing All the Best quest. That's alongside Inner Fires, so you need to get Solar, Void and Strand final blows, and bonus progression is granted for Scorch, Volatile or Suspended final blows. That's alongside Foes of the Dragon Taken, so he needs to defeat Taken anywhere in the system, and defeating Taken in Riven's Lair or the Call activity grants additional progress. Next we have Dragon's Defender 2, so here you need to defeat targets with shotguns and bows, and you'll gain extra progress from Guardian final blows and final blows within Riven's Lair or the Coil activity. That's alongside Absolutely Stunning, and here you'll need to stun 50 champions. That's alongside the Sun's Fire, and you'll need to defeat Guardians with solar damage in the Crucible. And the final challenge for week 2 is called Precision Calibration, and you'll need to calibrate marksman weapons. That includes scout rifles, sniper rifles and linear fusion rifles by landing precision final blows. And once again you'll get bonus progress against Guardians. Now all these challenges offer Challenger XP, which is perfect for leveling up your Season Pass and unlocking artifact mods, and some offer Bright Dust, which is perfect once again if you intend on visiting Tess upon this week's weekly reset. So there we have it guys, a good look on everything that you can expect for week 2 of Season of the Wish. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to check out one of the 2 videos you see here in these cards for more Destiny 2 content. And if you want to keep up to date with everything to do with Destiny 2, then be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump into the game as always guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.